Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but you'll see why in a little while, why I've been taking a break. My son was sick. It's been a lot been happening, but I'm back and I will never stop posting for you guys because this is what I like to do on like my free time. It's my hobby. I love to do it. And you know, I'm going to talk about something that everybody's been talking about. And if you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Brittany. This is B Taylor TV, and we talk about big sis talks and girl chats and dating and love and advice and heartbreak and moving on and glowing up. We talk about the full-blown thing that every girl essentially needs. And if you're a man, you can learn a thing or two as well on this channel. So I want to talk about Nick Cannon. I know everybody else have talked about it, but B Taylor has not talked about it. So therefore, we're going to talk about it. So I've been seeing him in the Shade Room and Neighborhood Talk post about Nick Cannon and his thousands of babies that he has and his 6 baby mamas. I actually don't know how many baby mothers he actually has and keep up with. But I'm going to break down a few things about where we are as a society, especially the Black community. I'm definitely going to speak on it because there is a double standard, and men always want to talk about, oh, double standard this, double standard that. But there's a double standard when it comes down to Nick Cannon and when it comes down to him creating how many broken homes he have created. So for those who don't know, Nick Cannon has 2 sets of twins, one by Mariah Carey, the other by another woman. He has about 2 kids with another woman and a baby with another woman. Who knows who's gonna be next, you know. But yeah, so let's go ahead and start with how many children he has. What I would like to say is that Nick Cannon was married once to Mariah Carey. After his divorce, it's like he just kind of seemed like he was just doing his own thing. Mariah never married, he never remarried. But one thing that Nick Cannon, everybody was aware about, is that he's been sick. And it seems like everybody's making an excuse about him having all these children because he has an autoimmune disease. I think it may be lupus, if I'm not mistaken, or sickle cell. I think it's sickle cell. I think he has sickle cell. And he was in and out of the hospital for a few years, and he even spoke about it on his podcast that he could have died, and the doctor was saying that he, you know, needs bone marrow and how he's just living day by day. So a lot of people started speculating that he wanted all these children because he was dying. Now, I've seen a lot of comments from women and men, and it's pretty disgusting because why is it that Nick is getting a pass on creating broken homes? And like people will be like, but the women. We'll talk about the women in a minute. But Nick Cannon is the person that is in the spotlight. He has the money. He has the education, he has the resources, he has the knowledge to know what he's doing is not beneficial for the community and not for, more importantly, his children. As a parent, I know that there is no way you can have that many different homes with that many different children and still be a granddad. I hate the way society feels like, oh, this man is such a great dad because you see him posting on Facebook and spending quality time with his kids. Well, I'm not gonna applaud a cow for creating milk, okay? That's what you're supposed to do. I don't get applauded for being a mother. That is my job. That is what I do every day. That is my responsibility. Women do it every day. Women make it happen every day. Women put a roof over their child's head. Women do a lot of things. They get their child involved into activities and they cook for their children. They do all these things. We're not applauded for it every day. Why is Nick Cannon applauded? Because it's not enough? Have we set the bar that low for men, Black men specifically, in our community? Have we set the bar that low where we just applaud a dad for being a freaking dad? Is that where we are in reality? Like, comment below, like, if you feel what I'm saying or you disagree with what I'm saying. I mean, the bar is set so low for our men because society doesn't expect Black men to stay in a home. And that is the reality. They don't expect Black men to be active. They don't expect them to be in their child's life. So when you do see it, on camera or Facebook or social media, you will automatically assume, well, wow, that's more than a lot of dads. I guess he's doing his best. And we applaud that, when really we're just enabling this behavior. Like, I think that just as much as a lot of women get bashed for having kids out of wedlock, men should be getting bashed for creating those homes. Not the reverse of, oh, well, those women should have known better. Those women, let's talk about it. Let's talk about those women. Nick Cannon is a multi-millionaire. He's been in the spotlight since Nickelodeon. Like, since I've known him since Nickelodeon. I can't even say that word, right? Because it's been so long. But I used to watch that as a kid. I grew up watching Nick Cannon and on All That. I used to watch him on that show. If you guys remember that, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I grew up watching him. He's a multi-millionaire. He has a lot of businesses. He has his Wild 'N Out show. Why would these women, except Mariah Carey, because she was the wife, and not only was she the wife, she did not deal with him when he was having all these kids. She dealt with him when he was childless and she was childless, and then went and got married. She doesn't count into the baby mama category, okay? She just does not. These other women, let's talk about it. This man is a multi-millionaire. Most of these women who agree to the terms of having his child see this as a way up. Regardless if you morally think that, oh, well, they should know better. Maybe they don't know better, or this is their way out. These women are not on his status. They're not on his level. They would love the opportunity to, maybe they're getting older. And maybe they haven't found the one, but if they haven't had a lot of women want children. So these women haven't had children. Why not take the opportunity to have a child by a multi-millionaire? If men can have kids, I'm pretty sure a lot of men would have got knocked up by Oprah. Okay? Because they see it as an opportunity. Like, yeah, I'm going to have this kid. Not only am I going to have this kid, people are going to recognize me as this man's child's mother. And there's some type of respect. And there's some type of, like, social status. Because people are now going to look at you like, oh, my God, that's Nick Cannon's baby mom. Skip the line. Oh, that's Nick Cannon's baby mom. Come on, we have a table for you. And people don't like to admit that, but there is a special treatment when it comes down to that. These women are, not to try to knock them down in what they do. Essentially, who are they? Nobody knows who they are in the social status, and economically, they're not touching Nick Cannon, okay? Economically, except Mariah Carey, which we're not talking about her in this, they're nowhere near Nick Cannon. So of course they're gonna, if you hand someone a golden ticket, which is AKA the babies, to have a baby with a multi-millionaire, you think somebody who probably know for a fact they're not gonna meet somebody like Nick Cannon in the near future, they're not gonna jump on that opportunity to have his baby? Come on now, like, people wanna be like, well, no, seriously, think about it. If Jeff Bezos came up, I'm not saying that Nick Cannon is Jeff Bezos. After you make a couple of million, you up there, okay? You're set. Your children are set for life, okay? They're gonna be like, well, you know what? I'll be a single mom, but I know my kids will be taken care of financially. I know I will be taken care of financially. I know that my children will have a legacy of Nick Cannon's last name, and this man has all these businesses, and my child has a way of growing up in life and not having to worry about a job and having to apply for a job and doing all these other things that other kids have to struggle to do to make it, because he has a way up because who his father is. You think people are not going to take that opportunity when they never came from nothing? Then you have lost your marbles if you think that. If you think that someone wouldn't do that. Because like I said, if men could get pregnant, men would probably be lining up trying to get pregnant by Nick Cannon too. Period. Because people who want to be around people who are wealthy, because they want that wealth for themselves as well. So they see that as an opportunity. They see that as their golden ticket, okay? So I can't really dip into the mindsets of these women because I don't know what their background is. I don't know how they grew up. They could have grown up in poverty. They could have grown up struggling, trying to make it, and they saw this opportunity. They're going to jump on it. If you want to get me pregnant, okay, multimillionaire. You want me to give you an heir? Okay. Kings did it all the time. Kings did it all the time. they're using their womb for their benefit and their come up. Because guess what? They're getting posted in the blogs and people know their faces and people know their names. And their children will be famous by default because of who their father is. So let's just stop there with the BS of, oh, well, this is not JoJo down the street who works at McDonald's knocking up women left and right. I can see that because you can look at the women and be like, girl, what are you doing? He got like 5 kids by 5 different women and he works at McDonald's. What are you doing? But this is a multimillionaire, someone who's on TV, someone who has opportunities and access to a lot of things. A lot of people are going to grab onto that, okay? That is just the reality of life. So let's go back to Nick Cannon. Why is he being applauded? I've seen people say, well, he's sick and he wants to create a legacy. Okay, if he's sick and he knows that he is dying, y'all don't think that that's a little selfish that these kids will be left behind without a father? Because I grew up without a mom, okay? So I know how it is growing up without one of your parents. It's hard. You're always going to wonder, like, man, like, what if so-and-so is here, you know? And even if he doesn't pass away, God forbid God forbid, but hopefully he doesn't. So say if he is here, this man is a businessman. He's always traveling. He's always busy. He has a lot of investments and businesses that he owns and shows and producing and his podcasts and everything. So he's traveling a lot, right? So he's busy a lot, right? How is he going to attend baseball games, practices, school lunch, field trips, if he has this many kids? Because these kids are around the same age. So guess what? These women live in different states. Okay? They're not going to up and move their whole family unless they want to be sister wives and live in one big old home. That's his business. But you can ask the people who grew up in polyamorous relationships and a man and had the children and how they felt neglected. Like, just look it up. Look at the children. Look up and do your research of the children who grew up in that type of household and how they felt growing up. Okay? So these women live in different states. He's always traveling back and forth to see what woman here, what woman there, to go see his children. He's gonna miss a lot of things, more than what a normal parent would miss. Do I miss some baseball games of my sons? Yes, I do, because of work, okay? Do I miss practices? Yes, but I make sure that I don't miss too many, that I am there for most of his games, for most of his practices. His dad is there. My son's father, he is there teaching, he is there teaching our son how to play baseball. That is one thing that I love and appreciate and I see, is that he is teaching our son how to play baseball. He is coaching him right before the game. He's getting down and dirty. He's even the assistant coach on my son's team because he makes time to do that because he can do that because we have one kid that he can pay attention to. Okay, even if he had 2 kids, they're still 2 different ages, right? So therefore, saying that, he's able to spend that quality time with his kid. He's able to cook for his son. He's able to go to the park with his son. He's able to sit down and do homework with his son. He's able to do all those things. Does money replace all those sentimental values? Does money replace all those sentimental memories? I think that a lot of people grew up without dads. So they feel like the bare minimum of a dad is great. Or they feel like a lot of people grew up in poverty. You know, they didn't grow up with a lot of money. They grew up with their mom struggling, maybe their dad struggling. So they didn't come from money. They didn't have everything, right? So then because they grew up in that type of environment, they think that money is going to replace all those other things. And either or, children deserve time. Yes, do they deserve to be taken care of financially? Sure. But it's that quality time that children really love and appreciate. It's not always about, oh, he bought me this and oh, I have money to go here and go there. It's the quality time that children want with their parents. Ask any of these rich kids where their parents, why are all these rich kids doing drugs? Their parents, they live in these wealthy homes, and these big mansions, and they have access to all these cars and everything, but they're still miserable and looking for love because they didn't get it from their parents. Because their parents missed out on a lot of quality time with their children and sitting down getting to know their children. Those are the things that's important, and those are the things that I feel like Nick Cannon will fail to do, because he's not going to be able to do it unless he creates his whole sister-wife program where everybody is on board, living together, living in the same neighborhood down the street from each other. Then maybe something like that could work out. But even then, he will be stretched thin. And I say this all the time, like, men are having all these children and we want to blame women for getting pregnant, but you don't want to look at the man who's creating these children. Interesting enough, notice this comment, right? Person comment on there, word on the street is that he is trying to find a bone marrow match to one of his offsprings, which is even more selfish. Then someone else said, well, he didn't get pregnant by himself. The women have choices, don't they? Exactly, they have a choice to get pregnant by a multimillionaire. You think they're not going to take that? You a damn fool. Now, this one is very interesting. Someone said, creating single mom homes on purpose. How sad. Very true. Then someone said, a friend of one of the ladies said they barely even know him. It's basically like a month or maybe some dates kicking it. These women barely know this man. I believe that because when Nick was dating Mariah, we all knew. Like, these women, we didn't really know he was dating them until they were pregnant. And not to say that he was hiding his relationship, but the timeline just don't be adding up. Some of these women were pregnant at the same time. So he was messing with these women at the same time. Which, you think about it, and the chemical and the chemistry reaction to that, that's nasty. Because he's dipping and dabbing raw in these women, and they're sharing each other's pH as well. Like, I can't, child. I can't. I'm tired of these men sitting here bashing women for having 1 or 2 or 3 kids because of a failed relationship. That happens. But why is he praised? Why is Nick Cannon praised of, oh, well, he's just spreading his legacy around? Why couldn't he do that with one woman? Just like y'all don't have no mercy for women getting pregnant, y'all should not have no mercy for Future and Nick Cannon. Okay? Because Nick Cannon likes to come off like this spiritually woken guy when he's really, in all reality, not. Now, a lot of people put into question about his preference in the women that he is getting pregnant, or exotic or lighter skinned women. That is his type. I know that personally because when I was in LA with a friend, she worked with Nick Cannon management, and he invited them to a party. And the manager specifically told my friend that don't invite too many black girls. That's what he said. Don't invite too many black girls. My friend, of course, invited all her black girl friends. And we all stepped in there where DJ was still with Mariah during this time. And he was DJing. And I have photos to prove that I was there. And I have photos with Nick Cannon in the background DJing, and I'm partying with my friends and stuff. We were literally the only black girls there. It was nothing but like Caucasian and like racially ambiguous women. But we were the only black women that were there. So I knew who Nick Cannon was before then. Before everybody started questioning what type of women he liked and all this other stuff. He is woke, but he has a he has a whole preference, fetish, colorist mindset. I don't know if those words exactly came from Nick Cannon, but they damn sure came from his management for sure. And when we walked into the party, there was not any other black girls than the girls that we all came with. So I just would like to add that in there, because yeah, I ain't never fall for his little shantics. Yeah, so go ahead and comment below if you agree. How do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about the double standard where people don't really criticize men for having broken homes and creating broken homes, because they're the ones who's sleeping with women unprotected You have a choice over your body as well, sir. You have a choice to either come inside of a woman or not. You have a choice to wrap it up, sir. You can get 10 women pregnant within a year. Only one woman can carry a baby once a year. Actually, a year and a half. So who needs to control who? Okay. Thank you. So go ahead and comment below if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like videos like this. If you want me to talk about another subject, go ahead and comment that below as well. I have more videos coming your way. Just get ready and prepare because your girl is trying to post more and y'all gonna figure out why I haven't been posting a lot. It's been a lot going on, but I am back. But I gotta go because I'm gonna go swimming. So all right guys, y'all have a good one and have a good day. Bye. Thanks for watching.